stay with that theme and take you to Sweetwaters in Pietermaritzburg. That's where we find Newzroom Afrika's Linda Mnisi. 4 people were shot dead at a tavern in Pietermaritzburg in Sweetwaters, and several others are in hospital. Linda Mnisi managing to speak not only to the mayor earlier on, who expressed shock at this incident and making sure that there will be more engagement with the police. However, you also did manage to speak to family members. One of the brothers of the victims, what did he tell you, Linda?
Well, Dudu, in fact, he tells us about a harrowing incident inside this very tavern, saying that the gunshots went on for about 10 minutes. At first, he thought those gunshots were fireworks, but then he realized that, in fact, there were gunshots because at some point the music even stopped and they went under the table for, in search for cover, really, to make sure that they're protected. But of course, the gunshots went on for that 10 minutes. He says the family is absolutely gutted from what has happened as a result of that particular shooting. It's still unclear what the motive of the shooting is, Dudu. But of course, there are a number of speculations, one being that the people that came here, were one of the people, in fact, one of the, perpetrators saw his girlfriend sitting with someone else in this particular tavern. Others, suggest that it could have been that polo that is said to be terrorizing the community. But I want us to take a listen to what the brother had to say about what exactly happened inside this tavern at the time of the shooting.
Kwenzekile besambile na izolo sozijabulisa ngale ndaweni ekuthiwa kaMntamba erest emjondolo. Nami okuningi ngikubonanga okwenzekile, kodwa nje ngizwe nje sekuqhuma isibhamu nje sekulala abantu phansi, abantu bebaleka sacatsha phansi kwamatafula. Sengibona ubhuti sengibaleka ngiyophuma ngibonelele phansi edubulekile. Ngikwazi nami okuningi okwenzekile sikwenzeke, kodwa nje kunomuntu ongenile wadubula nje wavulela ngenhlamvu nje.
That's some fun footage. They're explaining to us what exactly happened at this tavern. I asked him about how long it took the police to arrive at the scene, and he tells us now that, in fact, he did not even see the police because there was a vehicle that drove him straight home after the incident took place. In fact, he lives not very far from where we are, given, of course, the fact that this particular tavern is at a residential area. He says that car drove him straight home where he got there and, told the family what had happened at this tavern. At this particular time, he says Nkosinati Mdladla, who is his brother, was taken to the hospital, where upon arrival he was declared dead by the doctors. He says at that point when that shooting was happening inside, when he looked around after the guns had gone silent, he saw his brother lying on the floor full of blood and, not really breathing properly. And that's when, he stood up and sought help. But when he arrived, of course, describing that particular scene to the family, it left them really gutted. Let's take a listen to how they're doing at this very moment. All right, that's him describing how the family is doing. At the moment, I want to show you, I'll ask my colleague Gift to just show you around there. The police have once again cordoned off the entrance of this particular tavern. A number of police have actually arrived. Earlier on, I told you about the technicians who are also on site to, look at the CCTV footage, because we're told that the electricity went off and it might have disturbed the timelines and the time, of that CCTV footage. But the owner reassuring us that at the time when this incident happened, the cameras were fully functional and they'll be able, of course, to get them to switch on and then retrieve the footage that will then be given to the police for investigation.
Linda Mnisi, Zikona Chona, also in Soweto for us, where families and communities have been left reeling following the deaths of 15 people at a tavern in Soweto and 4 people, as Linda Mnisi has been relaying, in Sweetwaters and Pietermaritzburg in KwaZulu-Natal.